Jason, when you drop the way you hope a week works, when you've got 4 games going head-to-head, I know you're probably hoping to get a couple of wins out of that, but you end up finishing the week after the win tonight with 7 out of 8 points in the 3-game winning streak. You know, as you sort of quickly reflect on it, how satisfied are you with the way the team performed through a tough 4-game week, and getting 7 out of 8 points couldn't have hurt either?
Yeah, it's a fantastic feeling right now. We wanted to be, in first place going into next week. That was our goal, and we've accomplished that so far. And we'll reset here going into next week. But a real good effort, and the games are so close. It's so tight, and it can go, usually either way any night. So it's to get 7 out of 8. The guys are playing really well right now.
And looking back on Monday, I mean, that was the game where you only got the one point, the shootout against West Kelowna in a tight hockey game. The week sort of had, a couple of high scoring games, a couple of super low scoring games. How does that help your group, knowing that, there's always a different challenge on any given night that they'll have to face?
I think it's just staying in the fight. I'm anticipating more lower scoring games, but for whatever reason tonight it got up there, and but regardless of what happens, you just got to stay in it and, find ways to just keep yourself going and give yourself opportunities to win the game. And I thought we did that tonight, being down going into the third, and the response was just fantastic from our group, and, stuck on it. And, they didn't go away either, so credit to both sides. It's, a lot of goals scored on both sides, some mistakes, but she was tight right down to the middle or right down to the end. Sorry. And it was nice for our guys to definitely come out on top. It was great to see.
Well, and you had a 5-2 win over the same group, on Tuesday in a pretty tight game. That was the game where you had enough with the forwards. You'd sort of talked about it after, that you tore a strip off, and then they came back and responded in the last 40 minutes. That's just another point of adversity that I'm sure the group has faced. When you play Salmon Arm as many times as you have, and have had the success as much as you have, is that just a mindset now with this group, knowing that they're never really out of a hockey game?
I think so. And, I think our forwards have responded really nicely here in the last second half of the week. Their back pressure is much better, and, they're creating opportunities down low, and they're in sync. And then, with their pressure coming back, it's allowing our D to stay up, which is, keeping things a little bit tighter. So there's still things we got to get better at, but, we got some young guys that are learning on the job, and we're also leaning on some guys that have been around pretty heavily right now as well too. So, we just got to keep getting better as a group. And I think that's what we've done. And whether it's a 2-1 game or a 6-5 game, like we talked about, we just got to, stick with it, not get frustrated. I think that's the biggest thing. It never comes easy. They're trying to do the same things to us as we're trying to do to them. There's no secrets here, and it's just about who does it best and over the longer period of time. And you just never know when something's good's going to happen, but you can't wait and hope. You got to go out and make it happen. And I think that's kind of been our motto here a little bit as a group. And, our forwards have been a real big part of that.
Seems like the defensive group is definitely doing a good job of getting pucks through from the blue line. We've seen it, a couple of times here tonight. You saw it a couple of times yesterday against West Kelowna, all the way throughout the week. What have you liked about the way the defense have done a nice job of getting pucks through the first and sometimes second layers, and then having the right colored jersey in front of the net just in case?
Yeah, it's big. You always want to get pucks through. And when we do that, and if you're going to do that, you got to have a presence in front. And we've done that. And we got a few goals around that net tonight, which was good to see. So anytime it takes a couple of things, you got to get the puck through, B, you got to have people there, and C, you got to win the battle in front. So we were able to do that a few times tonight. And, there's different ways to score goals. That's one way, and it's an important way. And a lot of goals are scored in that area. And, tonight we did a good job of getting there.
Finally, let's talk about tonight. Obviously, you got to watch part of it from a different part of the ice, which isn't always ideal. What did you like about the way your team responded, though? I imagine, it's never easy to go into a situation like that. But from Eric Morissette all the way through the 20 guys you had, they never looked out of sync, and they were able to rally again and again and again to get the lead. How proud are you of the way the group handled what happened here tonight and were able to come out with the 2 points?
Yeah, we've been working through that. It's a little bit of work in progress, and there's been mistakes, and we knew that coming in, and we've handled it very well as a team, and some questionable things, and it was just to a point where I just felt like our guys needed to know that I had their back, and I did that. And then they had mine in the third. So really happy with the guys, their response. They picked up their coach there. And, like I said, the reason more than anything was just to let those guys know that, hey, I'm there for you. I got you. And, we move on. And that's what it is. We get back to business here tomorrow. And I think it's important, and super, super proud and happy of them to come out and, find a way to win that hockey game as well.
How much does this win and this week as a whole try to set the tone for another 4-game week next week for your group, and a pretty quick turnaround starting on Monday?
Yeah, we'll enjoy this tonight, get a little rest tomorrow, and then we start all over, and I think that's it's not an easy schedule, but we've known that going in, and there's lots of hockey here. So the biggest thing is managing our days off. I think that's important. What we do, how we do it, and maximizing our energy going into to Monday here.
As always, Jason, thank you very much for the time.
Okay, thanks, Graham.